specifically highlights the importance of hobbies to support prolonged positive mental health. But hobbies don't just benefit people mentally. In another study, hobby engagement and mental well-being among people aged 65 and older in 16 countries by Mac, Mizuchi, Bone, Gao, Kondo, Seitow, and Fancourt from Nature's Medicine. Hobbies involve many different cognitive stimuli, all of which are positively related to mental health and well-being via psychological, biological, social, and behavioral pathways. This is why many countries like Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America have been trying to promote hobbies to support healthier, aging, and improve mental well-being, specifically among older adults. Now, I'm sure many of us in this room know what it feels like to be overwhelmed. Balancing homework, jobs, and both our social and personal lives can become very difficult and stressful. This can make us forget to make time for ourselves. We can go days, weeks, or even months without doing things that we really enjoy, and we don't realize that it takes a toll on our mental, physical, and emotional health. As students, we have all experienced the stress and difficulty of feeling overwhelmed from school and personal life. We did research on hobbies and how they can reduce stress, prevent burnout, and improve overall well-being. Our research has confirmed that hobbies are essential. Engaging in personal hobbies is critical to improve and maintain long-term mental, physical, and emotional well-being. Participating in enjoyable activities regularly can reduce stress and support mental health. First, we're going to explain how engaging in hobbies is important for our mental, emotional, and physical health, as well as how not having one can negatively impact our well-being. Then we will show ways you can incorporate a hobby into your busy life. Finally, we will have you visualize a positive impact hobbies have in your life.
Engaging in personal hobbies is vital to mental health, serving as a critical buffer against stress and depression, and promoting physical health to reduce the risk of premature mortality. Lack of consistent, enjoyable activities leaves the mind and body vulnerable to chronic stress and its physiological consequences, measurably contributing to early death. Not having a hobby is actually associated with a dramatic increase in your risk of dying earlier. A study showed that compared to those who consistently sustain a hobby, sustained non-engagement means you miss out on a massive 55% reduction in all-cause mortality risk. So, without a hobby, your body tends to stay in a perpetual state of low-grade stress. Stress is a big source of health problems that shortens lives, and stress drives systematic inflammation. Protective associations are eliminated upon cessation. The risk of death for those who ceased engagement was virtually the same as those who had never had a hobby. Hobbies provide necessary physiological resources that work or school cannot. They foster imagination, novelty, creativity, and cognitive stimulation, contributing to enhanced cognitive reserve, and they offer avenues for emotional well-being and self-expression, helping to alleviate chronic stress and depression. Hobbies promote strong social and mental structures. Social interaction inherent in many hobbies enhance social capital and prove to reduce loneliness. Reading as a hobby demonstrates immediate effects by decreasing stress levels by 68% in just a few minutes, which eases tension in the heart and muscles. So the evidence is overwhelming. Now let's talk about how easy it is to fix the problem.
When it comes to hobbies, one can always start learning at a comfortable pace to leave time for work and studies. Hobbies can be very versatile. Some may need a lot of attention, but there are many hobbies that doesn't require a lot of preparation or long periods of times. It never hurts to learn a new skill, and if you choose a hobby that makes something, you can even pursue additional craftsmanship. Time doesn't have to be an issue if you can manage it well. You can pick a time from weekends when you don't have work or have done all your assignments to a few minutes to a few hours in between responsibilities. If managed well, it can even prevent burnout without the need of taking extensive breaks that may throw you off your pace. According to an article titled Positive Use, a missing link between time perspective, time management, and well-being by Evgeny Ozin and Ilona Bonniwell, Good time management leads to better performance and greater self-satisfaction. It enhances your time perspective and helps you obtain a very well-known work-life balance. Depending on the personal need, one can choose hobbies like pottery, carving and painting, fermenting, or sports. These hobbies require a lot of attention and preparation. Or if you don't have a lot of time, you can try basket weaving, knitting, stained glass making, hobbies that doesn't require a lot of time and you can leave aside for other responsibilities. If you have a lot of free time, you can easily manage any hobby that you'd like to adopt. You can buy materials that you need at your local art supply store or sports equipment store, which is beneficial since you can see what is best fit for you. Like me, here's a piece I made a while back, and all I used was pink ink and mixed media paper that I borrowed from my teacher. You can even see that here there's like black streak, and also here these dots are ink spills that I had to cover. It makes it into like holes in the wall, and even here this is a smudge that I made to a crack, which you can tell is my first time probably, and I actually really enjoyed it because I did finish this. It took me around 25 hours, and I only work about like half an hour every day. But if you're tight on time, you can always order things online, which saves you a lot of time and gas money. A good tip for being consistent with your hobby is to do it with a family or friend. According to UNESCO.org, traditional craftsmanship is perhaps the most tangible manifestation of intangible cultural heritage. This includes bonding between people. And a big part of having a hobby is to have fun, and there's no point to do it if you don't enjoy it. Make sure to choose something that you like or interested in, and if possible, choose something that gives additional benefits. According to an article called Reviving Lost Arts, the Importance of Traditional Craftsmanship in Modern Society, written by preservationofcraft.com and community, we're in a society where mass production and automation is dominant, which means a lot of artisan and traditional techniques are forgotten or lost. But there are still many organizations that you can apply to join workshops or take classes. Here is a QR code to a website that has a lot of experiences for you and your loved ones to choose. There are experiences like pressing flower art, rock making, perfume making, even cooking. It has like sushis, Indian cuisines, and a lot more. It costs around $40 to $100 and something, or you can make a quick YouTube search, which is free. So if you have a weekend off without any assignments to finish, take time and spend it on learning a new skill that might be useful for the future or enjoyable in the present. Here we have a video for you that shows you how to choose a hobby that is
Hobby when you're not easily interested in things can be challenging, but it's certainly possible. Here's a step-by-step guide. Self-reflection. Start by reflecting on your past interests and experiences. What activities did you enjoy as a child? Is there anything you used to do that you might want to revisit? Explore broadly. Don't limit yourself to traditional hobbies. Consider a wide range of activities such as painting, hiking, coding, cooking, gardening, or learning a musical instrument. Try new things. Be open to experimentation. Sign up for classes or workshops in your community or online. This allows you to sample various activities without a long-term commitment. Set realistic expectations. Understand that it's okay if you don't become deeply passionate about something immediately. Hobbies can evolve over time. Keep an open mind. Sometimes interests develop gradually. Keep an open mind and give activities a chance to grow on you. Join clubs or groups. Sharing an activity with others can make it more enjoyable. Join local clubs or online communities related to your potential hobbies. Combine interests. If you have multiple minor interests, consider how you might combine them into a unique hobby. For example, if you like technology and art, you could explore digital art. Stay consistent. Make an effort to practice regularly. Consistency can help you improve and develop a deeper connection to the activity. Set goals. Set achievable goals for yourself within your chosen hobby. Working towards these goals can provide a sense of purpose and motivation. Be patient. Finding a hobby is a journey. It's okay to not click with something right away. Keep exploring and you might discover a passion you didn't know you had.
Adopting hobbies can change people's lives. There are many positive effects that such a small hobby can leave. One of this effect is overall better health. What does this mean and how does this work? Well, let's look at some countries around the world and compare them. According to the site World Population Review done this month, Denmark is the second happiest country in the world, followed by Sweden and then Switzerland being the 10th happiest. If you look at our country's happiness level, it's not even in the top 10. It's not even in the top 20. Our country is the 24th happiest country in the world. You guys might be wondering how this is related to hobbies. Well, according to Hobbies for Mental Health, a research article done, more than 90% of the population mentioned in the countries above, Denmark, Sweden, and Switzerland, are engaged in hobbies, while other countries, including America, don't even hit the 50% mark. Imagine waking up every day, being happier than any other person in every other country, actually happy to be from America. Now, what does this mean and how does this work? How many of us have had a stressful life event in our life? All of our hands should be raised. Well, studies done by Parker Pope in a newspaper article states that adults do better with stress if they have hobbies. Imagine whatever stresses you out the most. It could be your family, it could be your classmates, it could even be your professors. Now imagine that object or person disappearing. This is what hobbies can do. They can relieve that stress. Let's talk about diseases they could prevent. According to a newspaper article done by Benedict Carey, adults do better on memory tests if they have more hobbies compared to adults who have few to none. Now, why does this affect you guys? From the official Alzheimer's Disease International website, it states that there are 10 million new cases every year, and as much as we were wishing that we were aging backwards, we will hit the age one day we'll be at severe risk for Alzheimer's. We ourselves have actually experienced the health benefits. Vidal is a swimmer and he experiences a better mood throughout his day and plus an energy boost. Mitra likes to embroider, which makes her feel calm throughout her day. Rania likes to bake, which some people might be like it's not good for you, but with the stress-free hours, it actually longens the lifespan. There is a different aspect to these positive benefits, which is cultural preservation. How many of us have loved visiting museums? How about culture museums? They're preserved because students like you understood the value of cultural items. According to traditional craftsmanship, the artisans are struggling to keep up with the modern cheap versions of cultural items. Let's look at these two artifacts. Can you guys tell which one is the more expensive porcelain vase? The right or the left? If you guys guessed the left, you would be right. The left one is $100K starting, and the right one is only $8. How are people supposed to preserve cultural artifacts if the competition is an $8 vase? How is this related to hobbies? Well, art is a very popular hobby that many people tend to sway on, including Millie. Millie loves digital art, and she loves all sorts of art. Spending time to preserve a cultural artifact can benefit both your culture and your health. Imagine 10 years from now, you're taking your family to museums you visited, and instead of beautiful artifacts and cultural arts, you see a random bead, 5-cent bead that a random person from eBay sold you.
Like my hobby is baking brats, cookies. Because usually after my classes I have to go straight to work, and then I don't have enough time for myself because I have to go straight to studying. So whenever I do find a little bit of free time, I'll just make a new recipe, and afterwards I feel more like stress-free, so I can do my studies better.
Yeah, so my hobby is swimming, and for my classes, I really enjoy swimming because it like gives me like an energy boost and makes me feel like more prepared for the day ahead.
I have a lot of hobbies, and my current one would be like digital drawing, I said before. And a project I'm working on is this little animation that I've made. It's very, animation is actually very accessible because all this I did is using free apps. I'm using free apps on a computer. And the good thing about it is that one, you can learn a new skill. Two, you can bond with your friends because this is a collaboration I made with my friend. Or you could sell it for money. That you can actually take commissions and people will buy it.
My hobby is reading, which is a very, very popular hobby that we talked about. This is the book that I'm currently reading. I think reading is one of my the best hobbies that anyone can pick up. You can buy books if you like physical copies. If you don't want to spend money on books, you can go to libraries, which we have at the college. And if you think it's more convenient to read on your phone, there's like many cheap versions of reading for like Kindles and Apple and Amazon Prime type of reading.
And then for me, I got into embroidery about 2 summers ago because I had a lot of old pairs of jeans that I wanted to turn into shorts with a fun flare. I already had a needle, so all I had to do was go to the craft store and buy some embroidery thread, which is super affordable. What I like most about embroidery is that it's easy to do in between tasks, and I can work on it for 10 minutes or even 2 hours, depending on my schedule. And over here are some shorts I recently completed out of old jeans, and then I did all of this not in one sitting. It was pretty time consuming, but I embroidered these little daisies. Alright, so as we wrap up, let's reflect on how not having a hobby that you consistently dedicate time to can cause long-term harm to your mental and physical health. According to the Journal of Epidemiology, hobbies and purpose in life may extend not only longevity, but also healthy life expectancy. Most of you already have a hobby you're passionate about, but how much time do you actually get each day to dedicate to your hobby? Do assignments and work eat up all of your free time? Are you ever too tired to work on your hobby? If that's the case, then keep this presentation in mind. Even if you're busy, carve at least 20 minutes out of your day to do something fun that will also improve the quality of your life. Whether that's reading a chapter of a book before bed, getting up a little early to work out before class, or spending the weekend completing an art project, push yourself to make that effort. According to writer Laura Vanderkam from the New York Times, hobbies will do more to preserve your zest for Monday's challenges than complete vegetation or working through the weekend. Finally, can you all think of a person in your life who doesn't have a hobby right now? Maybe it's a parent, a sibling, or a friend. I want you to not only focus on your own hobby, but to also encourage that person in your life to pick up a pastime that they are passionate about. For example, my mom has been super busy lately, so she stopped doing a lot of things that she used to enjoy, such as listening to audiobooks and gardening. When I get home, I'm going to summarize this presentation for her so that she's more motivated to pick up a hobby instead of scrolling on her phone or watching TV. Up here, there's a QR code for a fun quiz that you and your person can take together. It tells you what hobby you could try, and it also gives you some tips and strategies on how to get started with your hobby and how to make it a habit. And we also have some links for some cultural hobbies and some time management tips that you guys can check out. We'll give you guys a minute if you do want to save any of these links. Alright, no, almost done. Okay, so we all recommend that you guys check these links out. You find time for your hobby, connect with your community, and share your progress with us. Together we can minimize the effects of stress caused from our busy lives. Thank you for listening to our presentation.